What's going on, guys? It's Luke. Summer's around the corner and it's time to get shredded. So in this video, I'm going to break down how exactly I went from looking like this to this and how you can do it without starving yourself and living on the treadmill, what worked and what didn't. And this is not just played out information, maybe some of it is, but this is exactly what I did and what worked for me. So my starting point last year. So I wasn't anything too crazy like I used to be. I used to be 205, but no, this time I was probably around my maintenance or how much I get when I am fluffier, and that's usually around the 180 pound range. Just for context, I'm about 5'11". At the time, I don't think I was really tracking my calories. It was about winter time. That's usually when I end up falling off. I was still training as much as I did, 4 to 5 times a week. And honestly, for cardio, yeah, it was usually just like once every other month. And I didn't feel the worst I've ever felt, because I definitely felt worse, but I was fluffy. I was tired of looking at my belly. I wanted abs. You know, my legs were pretty lean. I was getting pretty big everywhere else, but I wanted the abs. That's when I decided, okay, I think this year is going to be the year that I'm actually gonna get abs for the first time in my life. So here's the truth about getting lean. It comes down to being in a calorie deficit. That's what it all comes down to. There's no other secret method. It just comes down to being in a calorie deficit. So that's what I did. So first step is I calculated my maintenance calories. And the way that you do that, or the way that I did that, was literally just going onto the internet, searching up calorie tracker or calorie maintenance tracker, whatever. I went on calorie.net, put in all my information, and it gave me an approximate estimate thingy. And with that information, start eating at that amount of calories. Do that for about 2 weeks. If you see your weight going up, then you gotta adjust it slightly. If you see your weight going down too much, then adjust it slightly. So once I figured out my maintenance, after a little bit of tweaking, I dropped my calories. So at first, I tried with a 200 calorie deficit, eating about 2,600 calories, see where I was at, see how much weight I was losing, and then I ended up increasing it a little bit more to 2,300. So a 500 calorie deficit. Try not to go over a 500 calorie deficit. You don't really need it. That's when you start losing muscle. I know you want to get the results fast, but taking it a little bit slower is definitely the best route if you want to maintain that muscle. I aim to lose about 0.5 pounds a week. No, that's a little bit slower for some people, but I wanted to maintain as much muscles as possible. And since I was taking this seriously for the first time, I didn't want to mess it up. Kept eating as much protein as I could. I wasn't cutting out carbs, literally just lowering my calories, and that's it. I wouldn't say I was starving. Yes, I got a little bit hungrier than usual, but you get used to it pretty fast. And if you're not doing a crazy deficit, trust me, it's a little bit more maintainable than you think. And now you're probably wondering what my training looked like. A mistake people make is to change everything about their program when they begin to cut. And that's just not what you do whatsoever. I kept doing the same weight. I kept doing the exact same thing I was doing, the same effort, everything maintained the same. Kept lifting heavy on my squats, kept lifting heavy on my bench, and I still trained 4 to 5 times a week. And this is exactly how you maintain the strength that you gained either in your bulk phase or whatever phase you were in. Just keep doing what you're doing. At some point in my cut, I actually even got stronger. Now, if your strength drops like crazy, you're probably cutting too aggressively. Now, that's when you have to increase the calories just a little bit. That's why I said, kind of play around with your calories, drop it down a little bit, see where your energy level's at, see where your strength is at, and then keep going down and play with it. Now, as for cardio, during this time, I was kind of lucky. I started getting really into running. So I was running 3 times a week. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that at all. Actually, it was a little bit more on the crazier side. Like I said, I got really into it. What's kind of working for me right now is for cardio, just move a little bit. If you work at a desk job all day, if you just don't move a lot during the week, schedule out two times a week that you're doing a bit of cardio. And nothing super intense, just some low state, steady cardio. And it's gonna work. What's nice about cardio is if you do really find yourself struggling in your deficit right now and you want to have a higher calorie day, just once in a while, you can add a little bit more cardio to kind of balance it out. Now, what did I eat during this cut? I'm going to keep it very simple with you guys. For lunches, I chose a carb and I chose a protein source. So whether that was ground beef, chicken, tuna, and then for carbs, sweet potato, rice, and sometimes pasta noodles. But it was just those 2 things. And then you can add like a little bit of sauce here and there, a little bit of seasoning, and you're good. Maybe add some vegetables if you want a little bit more substance to keep you full. And that's what my lunches and dinners usually look like. Just a protein and a carb. As for breakfasts, sometimes I would do just overnight oats with a scoop of protein. That's it. And I would literally just rotate between those 3 or 4 different types of meals. Protein, carb, and then the snacks. Snacks, like I said, yogurt bowl, oats. And then I would do like peanut butter, banana toast here and there. And that's as simple as it gets. That's literally what I did. Keep it simple. Rotate between 4 or 5 meals that you know is easy to make. Use a scale, weigh out your food, meal prep your food if it's easier for you, and you're good to go. And I was nowhere near perfect with my diet. Obviously, I try to keep it as healthy as I could, but I still ate out. I still had desserts. I still went out with friends and had a drink every now and then. Like, it happens, and you will still see results, but just make sure it's controlled. Make sure that you're tracking your calories, and you'll be okay. And lastly, my mindset throughout the entire cut. I didn't expect results in 2 weeks. A lot of people expect results really quickly, and that's when you see people just go into a crazy deficit. No, it takes time, and just trust in the process. I tracked my weight every single day, or at least I tried to. First thing in the morning, don't have any water, don't eat anything. Just track your weight in the morning. And I used an app called Happy Scale. I'm not trying to promote them or anything. That's literally just what I used. You put in what you weigh at, and it gives you like a moving average. So it gives you kind of like an idea of whether or not you're going up or down in your weight. Sometimes I felt super flat. Sometimes I felt super weak. Sometimes I felt really strong. And sometimes I felt like the best pump in my life. And some days I felt like quitting. But you stick to the plan because you want the results that bad. And you know, I stuck with it, and eventually looking back now, it's like, damn dude, I was in the best shape of my life. So yeah, just stick with it, be patient, and just keep it simple. It's not supposed to be a hard thing. If you guys are interested, I could drop like a summer cut blueprint just to kind of help you guys out, put it in a PDF file for you guys to download. Never done one of those before, but if that's something that might interest you, comment lean down below and I'll get started on it and send it over to you. If this video helped you out today and you liked the video, make sure you like, subscribe for more videos. Now, this is a little bit of a different video for me, trying something out, trying to do a little bit more educational. Let me know if you guys like it and want to see more stuff like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's get shredded, boys.